Hey everybody, Healthy Prepper. Today's topic is infection. This is going to be one of the number one issues to deal with after any SHTF situation. If there's a bad storm that knocks anything out and you're working your way through debris, you're getting cuts and scrapes and puncture wounds. If you are in the garden working around, you may get infected because of the bacteria, the fungus in the soil as you're working along very easily. Other things to consider are obviously war state scenarios or civil unrest scenarios where there's going to be injuries from, trauma, projectiles, bullets, any type of weapons, guns, knives, swords, melee weapons, what have you not. Okay, so if infection is going to be a huge problem, I was thinking about something that I've been reading in the news a lot lately, and it's about the efficacy of our antibiotics. It's dwindling. It's going away. Basically, we've come to the end of what we know with our antibiotics at present day. Apparently, no new antibiotic class has been discovered since 1987, and a lot of the organisms that are particularly susceptible to these antibiotics are becoming more resistant with time. They're evolving, and what's happening is we're losing our ability to fight the fight. So I think my take on this is I'm going to predict, I have no way of knowing this, but I just get a general sense that this is going to happen. If we do have a new healthcare system in place, which we do seem to have that coming, I think you're going to see many more restrictions on the prescribing and writing of antibiotics. There's been a lot of pressure on the general practitioners to reduce the amount of antibiotic prescription writing, to reduce the problem with this. Other alternatives, other options are going to be requested to be used. And not every ill needs a pill will become the mantra of the day, so watch for this one. You don't need an antibiotic for that. It's a viral infection. Antibiotics don't work against viruses, so off you go home. You don't have a fever, so we'll try and ride it out first to see if you get over it on your own. I think we're going to see a lot of this, and I think what that's going to do is drop the pool of available antibiotics everywhere. That means people's shelves at home will no longer be filled with half-finished bottles of antibiotics. The pharmacies are not going to be stocked with as many. So if an SHTF situation happens, I think you're going to find that antibiotics are going to be scarce, and they're going to be scarce much faster than just because of the SHTF situation. They're going to be scarce because everybody's going to clamp down on these little puppies. And there is true fact in that when we use them, the bugs out there are going to become resistant to them. My quandary is, why don't they just make some new classes? I mean, I guess I don't know if this is on the same level as curing cancer. We can't seem to come up with that one yet, but hey, can't we come up with a new class of antibiotics to handle the regular, everyday, old germs and bugs that get us? Something to think about. Also, think about, if you don't have antibiotics, what are your options? There are a lot of herbal remedies. There's a lot of alternative things you can do to sterilize and cleanse wounds. Good old salt water, hydrogen peroxide. You can cauterize things if you have nothing else to seal a wound. Kill the bacteria with heat in that regard. Also, remember that bacteria and viruses and fungi need certain environments to survive. If you take away any one of their requirements for survival in an environment, they won't make it. So it could be that the area is too moist. All you need to do is dry it, and then the bacteria will fracture their cell walls and will not be able to remain intact. So, simple things to think about. What are my alternatives to eradicating an infection caused by a bacteria, fungus, or a virus that I have on hand that do not require antibiotics? So if you guys have any other ideas of how to deal with issues at hand without antibiotics, please feel free to share them below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, everybody. Happy and healthy prepping.